The first time Alex Ramirez heard the knock, he thought it was a mistake. It was 2:17 a.m. in Queens, New York. The city outside was hushed, the kind of silence that only came in the darkest hours, when even the subway rumble seemed too tired to echo. The second knock was harder. Alex, half asleep, dragged himself toward the door of his cramped one-bedroom apartment. His wife, Maria, stirred from the couch. She had fallen asleep waiting for him after her late nursing shift. Their 8-year-old son, Mateo, was snoring softly in the bedroom. "Who is it?" Alex called, his voice hoarse. No answer. Just the third knock. Sharp. Demanding. He unlatched the chain and cracked the door. And in that single moment, his life fractured. 2 men in black masks shoved inside. The breaking. Alex stumbled back as one of them pulled out a pistol. His chest tightened. He had seen guns before, growing up in the Bronx, but never this close, never aimed straight at his face. "Sit down," one of them barked. His accent was East Coast sharp, the kind that came from too many years in alleyways. Maria screamed. "Please. Please, take whatever you want." The taller intruder grabbed her arm. "Shut up." Mateo's small voice cut through the chaos. "Mama." The masked man froze, realizing a child was in the house. For one agonizing second, Alex thought maybe they would leave. But the other man pushed past him into the bedroom. "Don't hurt him," Alex yelled, surging forward, but the pistol smashed into his jaw. He fell to the carpet, blood filling his mouth. The world blurred into shouts, Mateo crying, Maria begging. Alex tried to rise, every muscle screaming, but the gun was still pointed at him. Then, just as suddenly, the intruders were gone. The door left swinging open. Silence, except for Mateo's sobs. And one thing missing. The box. The old shoebox Alex had hidden in the closet, his secret savings, $15,000 he had been stacking away for years, dollar by dollar, from construction jobs and late-night deliveries. The money that was supposed to buy his family a better home, maybe even a path toward legal residency for Maria's parents in Mexico. Gone. The past catches up. The police came, asked questions, made notes. "Targeted robbery," the officer said flatly, as if reading from a script. "They knew you had cash here." Alex's stomach churned. How he had never told anyone about the box, not his co-workers, not even Maria until last year. But there was one person. Luis. Alex's childhood friend, the one he had grown up with on those same Bronx streets. Luis, who had slipped into drugs and quick money while Alex had clawed his way out, building an honest life. Luis, who had come by just last week, asking for a loan that Alex refused. It has to be him, Alex thought. That night, after Maria and Mateo finally fell into an exhausted sleep, Alex sat in the dark kitchen, staring at his trembling hands. He had always promised himself he would never go back, never return to the old neighborhood, never dip into that world again. But the money was everything. Their future. Their sacrifice. He whispered the words to himself, like a curse, "I can't believe this happened." And then he grabbed his jacket and left. The hunt. The Bronx had not changed much. Same cracked sidewalks, same flickering streetlights, same corner bodega with bars on the window. The ghosts of his youth hung in the air, heavy with the smell of grease and weed. He found Luis exactly where he expected, leaning against a graffitied wall, laughing with 2 guys Alex didn't recognize. When Alex stepped into the streetlight, Luis's grin faded. "Bro, What you doing here at this hour? Alex's voice shook with rage. Don't bro me. You set me up. Luis blinked, playing dumb. Set you up, man? I don't know what you're talking about. My house. Two guys. They took everything. You're the only one who knew. Silence. Even the two strangers shifted uneasily. Luis sighed, rubbing his face. Look, Alex. I didn't mean for it to go that far. So it was true. Alex lunged, slamming Luis against the wall. Years of frustration poured out in a violent surge: his childhood battles, his sacrifices, every insult swallowed by the dream of a better life. But before Alex could throw another punch, the two strangers stepped forward. One of them lifted his shirt, revealing the butt of a gun. You should walk away, man, the stranger said coldly. Alex's blood ran cold. Luis, catching his breath, muttered, I'll fix it. I swear. Just, don't do something you can't take back. The choice. Alex stumbled back toward the subway, his heart slamming. Images flickered in his mind: Mateo's terrified face, Maria's trembling hands, the shoebox now empty. Every instinct screamed for revenge. He wanted to take the money back, to make them pay, to show he wasn't the weak boy from the Bronx anymore. But then he imagined Mateo growing up fatherless. Maria visiting him through glass, holding back tears. I can't lose everything for this, he thought. Not like this. By the time dawn cracked the horizon, Alex was back in Queens, standing in the kitchen with Maria. He told her everything about Luis, about the box, about how close he came to doing something irreversible. Maria listened quietly, her eyes glistening. Then she took his bloodied hand. We'll start again, she whispered. We've done it before. We'll do it again. What matters is you're here. With us. The unexpected. 2 weeks later, a letter arrived in the mail. No return address. Inside was a wad of cash, $10,000, and a note scrawled in sloppy handwriting, I messed up. You're better than me. Don't come looking. This is yours. No signature, but Alex knew. Luis. Alex sat on the couch, staring at the money. Relief, anger, grief all collided in his chest. It wasn't the full amount, but it was enough to breathe again, enough to prove that even broken people could feel guilt. Maria placed her hand on his shoulder. Mateo ran into the room, clutching his homework, chattering about a school project. For the first time since that night, Alex allowed himself to smile. Epilogue. Life didn't magically fix itself. The fear lingered, the scars stayed. But Alex had learned something deeper, that survival wasn't about money, or vengeance, or proving himself. It was about holding on to the people who mattered, even when everything else was stripped away. As he watched Mateo laugh with Maria at the kitchen table, Alex whispered again, but this time with wonder instead of despair, I can't believe this happened. And he meant the miracle of still being together. Backhand index pointing right. What would you do if this happened to you? Comment below.